Hi, welcome to RooSports. I'm Joey Ross. I'm here with Toby Ross and three-time Big 12 Championship champion, former OU quarterback Paul Thompson. What's up, Paul?
It's all good. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Great.
And he'll be joining us to talk about college football as well with us.
All right, so we got some rapid fire questions real quick to ask Paul. So, Paul, okay, here we go. Real quick, favorite vacation spot?
I like Destin. Destin, Florida was pretty nice.
I
Went
hear
out there a couple years ago. I just had one. Just my son. I didn't have three of them, so it was a lot easier to manage. So Destin was pretty nice.
I hear it's a nice place. I haven't been there yet. All right, your favorite cereal?
Favorite cereal, Reese's Puffs.
Ooh.
All day long.
I like it. Chocolate and peanut butter.
All right.
That's my favorite.
All right, and then this one, favorite cartoon you watched growing up?
Favorite cartoon was probably Ren and Stimpy. These kids don't know about Ren and Stimpy.
They don't.
What is that?
Exactly, there it is right there.
But, I love some Ren and Stimpy.
Okay.
And, I mean, the Looney Tunes was good, because there was 20 different cartoons in one.
Right.
With that, but I love my Ren and Stimpy, man.
That's awesome. All right. And then tonight's show is brought to you by Sweet Looks Collection, and you can check them out online at sweetlookscollection.com, and they also have a Facebook and an Instagram site, and we're going to put the information down here below. And they have hipster-style suspenders. They got some geeky bow ties and some nerd glasses with different variety of characters, teams, and different creations you can do. Check them out, Sweet Looks Collections online. All right, Joey. So we have some people who are available for the $20 gift card for Chick-fil-A, and so they picked against you. And so let's see who won. All right.
Check it up. Joe Rodriguez.
All right. The winner of the $20 gift card to Chick-fil-A. So, Joe, we're going to get you some Chick-fil-A. Thank you for playing. And all he did was just pick against one of Joey's picks from this past week, and he won. Which one did he pick against that you got wrong?
I think it was the Michigan-Florida game.
Man, yeah, that was... All right, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. All right, so to recap, Joey, week one, you went 4-4 in your picks.
Yeah.
Definitely some tough games. So what stood out the most from week one?
Well, Texas was not really expecting Texas. I know Paul likes this one. Texas going down against Maryland. But no one, I didn't think that game was going to be that wild.
No.
In Austin.
Nobody did. Your thoughts, Paul?
Yeah, no, that game obviously stood out. I think, obviously, Alabama just kind of showing us that they're still Alabama.
Yes.
Like every single year, you want to count them out. Obviously Florida State coming in, obviously hurt that Francois went down, but Alabama is Alabama. And, yeah, there were some big surprises really across the Big 12. You look at Baylor as well. And how they just laid an absolute egg.
Yes.
But Texas, me being a Texas boy, I get a little joy out of watching Texas hurt like that. Especially, after last year, obviously we lost to Houston.
Right.
When Herman was there, and the Texas fans just thought that Tom Herman was going to be the savior. Was going to be the guy who came in and just completely changed everything around. And so, it was nice to see them lose and come up with a whole bunch of different new excuses.
Right.
I didn't know what to fit. I didn't know should I feel bad or should I just celebrate?
Celebrate.
Yeah.
Celebrate.
I either want Texas to be really good or really bad. I would love if the Red River game was two undefeated top 5 teams.
Right.
I'd love to get back to how it was in 02, 03, 04.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're going to be bad, man, I want them to be horrible.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed every minute of it.
Any other highlights from this week, Joey?
A&M. What a story there in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, A&M, man, that was and I'm a Sumlin fan. Sumlin was at OU when I was there. And so, I pulled for him from the time that he went to Houston. Then obviously got the job there at A&M, those early Manziel years, and was the talk of the country there for a while with A&M and kind of their rise. And so I love Coach Sumlin, man. As far as the coach relationship, there's not one better than what I had with Coach Sumlin. So I love to see him do well. I was over at my parents' house the other night watching that game, and then it got kind of late. We had the kids.
Yeah.
And so, I cruised back over to my house. It's about a 25-minute drive, figuring that the game was done.
Right. Exactly.
And then by the time I got home, I'm like, oh my goodness.
Exactly.
LA is right back in this thing, about to take a lead. And so, I felt bad for Coach Sumlin, honestly, more than anything else. It was a great game, but I know Coach Sumlin, they've been kind of saying he's been on the hot seat here for a couple of years, or maybe really last year, the year before a little bit. So hopefully he can pull it out this season and not lose his job. Like I said, I got the utmost respect for that guy.
Definitely done a good job at Texas A&M since they joined the SEC. So yeah. All right, Joey. So our question of the week: will the losses of Texas and Baylor affect the Big 12 champions' chances of getting into the college football playoff? What do you think?
Yeah, because maybe not Texas.
Okay.
Baylor, yeah, because when the playoff committee, when they see our wins, they're not going to see Baylor as a tough, unless they come back better. And Texas, I think Texas, they're just still growing. With Tom Herman, but I don't think this will hurt.
Okay.
I mean, it might hurt. It kind of just depends.
Depends. I mean, we're still early in the season.
Yeah.
And stuff. What do you think, Paul?
Yeah, exactly what you're saying. Just it's early in the year right now, so this will be long gone. If those teams continue to win, or if they start winning, and in a big way, we'll look back to this first week and it'll be a long, it'll be long gone. However, if they do kind of remain on their course, and I can maybe see Baylor bouncing back a little bit better. Texas, like I said, I just don't know if they got the team right now to be really competitive, especially when we get into Big 12 play. So that's to be determined. But I still think if there's a strong Oklahoma team and a strong Oklahoma State team that go into that Big 12 championship, and one of them comes out of there, then yeah, there's still a good shot of Oklahoma, or say even Oklahoma State representing the Big 12, because obviously that'd be a great head-to-head battle, though, even though maybe the majority of the Big 12 is kind of fallen off. You look at other conferences, the SEC for the most part, just a handful of teams, really good teams. But even in the SEC, there's some pretty bad teams. But luckily for them, I mean, they got the credibility of winning more national championships than anybody else here over the last 10, 15 years. So they got the credibility there. But so if Oklahoma State can still march, beat top 10 teams and meet later on in the season for the Big 12 championship, then I think they still got a shot to have some respect and not be one of those teams on the outside looking in. It'd be great if Texas and Baylor could step their game up, but as of now, we'll have to see what direction they're going to take.
Okay.
Well, Baylor, OU plays Baylor in 2 weeks.
Right.
And Texas got USC.
Yep. Those have been interesting weeks.
Good luck, Texas.
All right. You ready to do the picks?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. We're going to look at, the first game we're going to look at is Cincinnati taking on number 8 Michigan.
The way Michigan played against Florida just, it really surprised me there, knowing that Florida had 10 suspended players. But I'm going with Michigan here. I just don't think they have problems in this game against Cincinnati.
Okay. Paul, what do you think?
Yeah, same thing. Michigan, I mean, they came out with the chip on their shoulder. They always do with their coach, and came out with something to prove. Did well last week, and I don't see Cincinnati slowing them up in any way.
All right. Next game we're going to look at is number 17, Louisville, taking on North Carolina.
Both teams struggling last week. Defending Heisman winner, Lamar Jackson didn't really. I mean, he had an okay game against Purdue, and North Carolina coming off a loss against Cal. I'm gonna go with North Carolina here. I just think they can.
Wow.
I think their defense. I think they can really pursue Lamar Jackson and give him problems. So I'm gonna go with North Carolina here. I think defense is the key.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go Louisville on this one.
All right.
You know, obviously the firepower on the offensive side for Louisville. You know, they weren't completely up to par here this past week, but you know, a lot of times first week got to knock a little bit of rust off, and you know, we all know what Lamar can do, and so you know, I'd expect a bigger performance from that entire team, especially on the offensive side, putting up some big numbers. So I'll go Louisville this one.
Okay. Next up, we're gonna look at an interstate match. Iowa taking on Iowa State.
I feel like this is gonna be a good game. I'm gonna go with Iowa State here, though.
Really?
I think this is like a year they can really see how they're growing. So I think Iowa State beats a good team this year.
There
Okay.
you go. All right. Hey, you never know.
Yeah.
If I were a betting man, which I'm not, I'd have to put my money on Iowa. So I don't know. Iowa State, as long as I've been in college till now, Iowa State just hasn't ever really been relevant. They were a little bit when Seneca Wallace was there back in 2002. They made a little noise, but ever since then, you know, they've had a couple up years, but for the most part, it's been down. Obviously, Iowa, you know, a team that was right there in the thick of things here a year or so ago. You know, so I'm gonna go Iowa.
Okay. All right, Joey. TCU is number 23. They're taking on the Razorbacks in Arkansas.
Yeah, TCU coming off a win against an unknown team. Arkansas coming off a win too. They both play good. This is a hard pick for me. Yeah. But I'm gonna go TCU on this one. I think they have in Kenny Hill. I think their offense can really confuse Arkansas, and I just think it'll be too fast for Arkansas.
Okay, they'll definitely a tough place to play. What do you think, Paul?
Yeah, if I had to pick, man, I'd go TCU as well. I haven't had a chance to really watch any of these teams here the last week or so, but just by the looks of things, and like I said, I know what TCU can do offensively as well. So I'd have to go with the Horned Frogs on this one.
Okay. Our next matchup, Joey, number 15, Georgia taking on number 24, Notre Dame.
Just today, it's a great game,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Georgia on this one. I think Georgia's defense. Notre Dame did play good against their opponent, but I don't think against Temple. But I don't think they do the same against Georgia. I think Georgia causes them problems.
Okay, Paul.
Yep, I'd go Georgia as well. You never know with Notre Dame. It could be fool's gold. Remember last year they started off pretty highly ranked, and then lost to Texas, and then all of a sudden Texas was ranked, and neither of those teams were any good. And so they're gonna have to show me a lot more consistently for me to put them up there with the Georgias, with some of the elite SEC schools. So I'm gonna go Georgia on this one.
Okay. All right, a couple of Tigers going at it in this one.
Yeah.
Number 13, Auburn, taking on number 3, Clemson.
This game's in South Carolina. I'm gonna go with Auburn in this one. I'm gonna go with the upset here.
Wow.
I'm thinking Auburn. Last year they were so close in upsetting them.
They were.
Didn't get the job done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Auburn in this one. I think they upset them. In South Carolina.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Clemson. National champions. Until they're beaten, until they prove me wrong. I think they could even be ranked higher. I think you can't discredit Alabama or Ohio State at all. But Clemson's the defending national championships, national champions. Obviously, you don't have Watson on it, leading the charge anymore, but still a pretty solid team defensively, offensively. That other quarterback showed, he's got a little wiggle in him himself, and can wing the ball pretty well. So I'm gonna have to stick with the Clemson Tigers on this one.
Okay. All right, we'll go to the Pac-12, Joey. Number 14, Stanford, taking on the Trojans, who are ranked number 6 now.
I think this is the second best game of the week.
Okay.
Stanford coming off big win against Rice again in Australia. USC kind of struggled against Western Michigan.
True. Yeah.
You know, but I'm gonna go with Stanford in this one. I'm gonna go with Stanford. Okay. I think the way their offense played when they played in Australia, I really liked because they had a lot of young guys and they were growing really as snap was developing. You know, I think Stanford wins this. I think they upset them. 2 back-to-back upsets for me.
I'm gonna go USC on this one. Again, I think early on in the season, there's some bumps, or especially the first game, especially offensively, just kind of getting in the rhythm of the game, adjustments, things like that. I think USC pulls this one off.
All right, Joey. Our final matchup we're going to talk about number 2 versus number 5. The Oklahoma Sooners visiting the Horseshoe, taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Brings back memories to 08, you know. Number 5 OU against Texas Tech, number 2.
Yeah.
I'm going with Boomer Sooner here. I'm going with OU.
All right.
No need to beat around the bush.
I can't pick Ohio State. I think Baker Mayfield. I think the way they play against UTEP. I think their energy, their motivation with Lincoln Riley. I think they can do it.
Okay.
I gotta go with my Sooners. So, obviously revenge game from last year.
Yes.
I was at that game. I'll be at the game in Columbus.
All right.
It'll be my first time there in the shoe. So looking forward to that. But I think a lot of people have come around, and obviously it was a shock when Bob left. But for Lincoln to step in, did I lose you?
We're still here. Yeah, we're here. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
But for Lincoln to step in, kind of picked up, right where Coach left off, Bob left off as far as recruiting and things like that, and energy and excitement. There's something to be said. I think he pulls out a couple rabbits out the hat. Going back to Coach Stoops' days, back 02, 03, 04 when I was there. There were some onside kicks, there were some fake field goals,
that's right.
Punts. You have a little chip on your shoulder, something to prove. So I can see a little bit of that, a little bit of magic, a little bit of that Sooner magic coming back. I like how we've kind of got Mark Andrews a lot more involved on the offensive side. Obviously, you lose a guy like D.D. Westbrook, you're going to be searching for somebody to air it out to.
Definitely.
So Mark Andrews is a guy that was dominant as a freshman. Seemed like he died off a little bit last year. Was still effective at times, but looks like he's going to be a pinnacle, big point to this offense this season. So looking forward to that. And then obviously Jordan Parker, went down, but I see some guys rallying on that defensive side and picking up the slack there. And I like to, in a close, this will be one of those instant classic type of games. Go back to the Tennessee game here a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I'm getting that kind of vibe, that kind of feel from it. It's going to be loud. It's going to be electric. But, I'd love to see my Sooners pull it off, and I think they will.
Paul going to bring the Sooner magic with him to Columbus.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. All right, so those are the picks for Week 2. And you can challenge Joey on any of his picks. And if you're right and he's wrong, you'll be entered into a drawing for next week where we'll draw for a $20 gift card to Chick-fil-A. And also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And on Facebook, you can comment below on the video and tell us who you think is going to make the first touchdown for Oklahoma. And if you're right, we're going to enter you into a drawing at the end of the regular season. All right. We want to thank Paul Thompson for being our guest tonight. Thank you, Paul.
This dude's the reason Adrian Peterson's good.
I appreciate that. Usually aren't you that guy that handed off to Adrian Peterson? And so a little strike to my ego there.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. I enjoy hopping on here with you guys. You guys do a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Joey.
I'm Joey Ross.
I'm Toby Ross.
And I'm Paul Thompson.
And this has been RooSports.